Hey guys, welcome back to Limitless. I'm glad you guys are back with us. Today I'm going to answer one of your questions that you keep asking. Why did I become a vegan? And that's a very emotional story for me. Around 2013, or actually 2012, my sister called me while I was moving into Atlanta into a new apartment, stating that she was ill and she needed me to come home to Philadelphia to see her. And I really didn't think anything of it, so I drove from Atlanta. At that time I flew from Atlanta to Philadelphia to see her. And when I got there, I noticed that she had lost a lot of weight. And I started going to the doctors with her, and at that time they said she had stage 2 stomach cancer. And I think I was just in disbelief. So when they told me that, I just felt like I was going to just be a superhero and save her. So I decided to look up different methods of, curing it, changing it, fixing it. And I thought that's what I was doing, and not knowing that she was slowly declining. So she called me maybe around December, and January I came to see her, and the minute I saw her and I knew something was wrong, I immediately went back to Atlanta and packed up my stuff and my son and moved back to Philadelphia. And when I took her to the doctors one day, I asked them, how did this happen? She's only 35 years old. And they said, well, it's from, foods that she eats that's not properly processed, and, eating out too much. And to me, that was not a good enough answer, but that was the best answer that they could give. And she decided that she was going to go under for the surgery and have them try to remove a piece. But when they opened her stomach, the cancer went from a stage 2 to a stage 4. I guess they said when you open it up, then something about the air makes it worse. So once she came back, she started getting the chemotherapy, but the liquid therapy, and I just couldn't believe my eyes. She just was fading away in front of me, and I would go and sit with her to have her chemo, and as she's having her chemo, she would just throw up the chemotherapy, the liquid version. And I just thought there had to be something wrong. This can't be the best method. And finally, I found a hospital in New York that said, they can do an electronical stomach. And at this point, I was just grasping at straws. And but she wasn't a good candidate for that. And so this was in January when I moved back home. And by June, I had lost her, and I couldn't believe it. Until this day, and that was 2013, June. I still have her phone number saved in my phone, and I know it's not hers anymore, but she was like my best friend. And I just still can't believe it. So, because I just don't know, no one knows what cancer is and how it comes about, and just the sheer fact that the doctors didn't have a good answer for me, I just went vegan because that was like the only thing that I could find where, it says it fights it, and you eat lots of vegetables that take care of your body, and just meat is just not good for you, and you don't know the type of hormones or chemicals or things that the animals are consuming, which is then, inside of you if you consume them. And I know that, they're doing weird things to vegetables too, but it's not as bad. You're eating another flesh animal, and it's just sickening. So that's why I became a vegan, to save my life, because my sister is just no longer with me, and her 3 beautiful children, and that just, it scares me.